Hello, everybody. Just as I was about to go out for the day, I stumbled upon this, and I want to take a look at this with you guys. I want to talk through Manchester United. Now, we are sitting among another international break, which just sucks. We've had two of these through 8 games only. I don't understand, man. It's too many games. What is the point of these international breaks? I have these freaking friendlies on. Who cares, man? Nations League. Who cares? Anyways, we're going to be talking about Manchester United tonight, Ten Hag, and I believe I was wrong. It takes one to admit when they're wrong. I believe I was very, very wrong about Ten Hag. We're going to talk through this. I think it's time for him to go. I don't like what I'm seeing, and we're going to talk through that today. I haven't really been keeping tabs of what Mark Goldbridge has been saying or United fans. I did see Neville went on Sky to basically say that he believes that because they drew against Villa, that bought Ten Hag some more time. But time is, Ten Hag is definitely against the time here. It really feels like, obviously, United, the management, really were kind of keen to get rid of him until he beat City in that final. And yeah, Ten Hag did prove that he can win. But there's a lot more issues going on that are just beyond maybe the results. It's more of the signings too. Now that I'm really deep diving it, we've given some of these players time. We've seen some of these players, these high values and how they've turned out. Some of these signings have been horrible. We're going to talk through that today. This is actually really interesting to see the 2023-24 season versus this season. United was in 10th place with a -4 goal differential with 9 points through 7. This year, through 7 games, they have 8 points, 1 less than last year. 1 goal conceded less. What a consolation. But listen, it's been a horrible start. It's been a horrible start for Manchester United this season. I mean, it's just, because look, the board was pretty much decided on getting rid of this guy. And, they were like, okay, now we have to give him a chance. People like me, some of the fans were saying, hey, let's give this guy a chance. We just won a trophy. We beat Manchester City to win the trophy. Crazy how they won that too, because they almost lost to Coventry City the match before. And look, the start to the season, it's been unacceptable. It has been unacceptable. The way they started the season, I still couldn't believe this whole summer that we went into this season and Casemiro was still going to be the holding 6. I was like, what? What? Respect to that guy. He's a legend, but his time is a bit past it. He's not looking too sharp out there. But that's besides the point. I don't like the way they started this season. It's just there's no sense of they've built anything. The highlight of the Manchester United season so far has been the fact that they destroyed, I think it was Barnsley, like 7-0. Come on, man. This is Manchester United. We got to be holding this team to a little bit more of a higher standard. And it's crazy because this team has been getting memed even when they did what they did with Jose. Even with how they had finished when Ronaldo was there, it still wasn't good enough. But now it's just, oh my God, United have taken such a step down in the last 2 years. I mean, let's just go through real quick. I looked through this all. All right, it took them a last-minute winner. They almost choked a 2-0 lead. I don't understand. How can you be up 2-0 and be so out of control? And the craziest part is to see kind of where United is that I had thought Porto was going to win this game before the game. So, some people will sit there and say it's a good result, but this team is just not good enough overall. Whatever you want to say, it's the manager, the players he brought in. I think it's time to just nuke this thing, man. I don't know. I just think it's done. I mean, getting destroyed by Spurs. We go back another week, another page here. They have not won a game since that Cup game on September 17th. It is October 8th. We look at when they do play really good teams. When they play a team like Liverpool, lose by 3 goals, right? Brighton, a really good team. They lost. So it's not looking good. I think the most impressive win they've had this year is definitely against Fulham, and even that one at the end, they hardly held on to that one. It's not good. They've got Brentford. Fenerbahce is going to be hell to play away. So this upcoming match on the 19th is insanely important. They're at home. Brentford is not a joke of a team. They're actually ahead of them in the table. And it's not even just the Premier League. We even go down and look at Europa League. Like, they are fighting right now. They're in 21st place in the Europa League. So, and it's tough because the games they have ahead, Fenerbahce away is not easy. West Ham away, no matter what, is never going to be easy. Then they're going to see Leicester in the Cup. They're going to have to play Chelsea at home. This is looking ugly. We'd be realistic here. about the Europa League, about the Premier League. Look, that's not going to be an easy game against Brentford. I don't know if they're going to win that game. Fenerbahce, I definitely don't think they're going to win that game. You never know. United going away to West Ham, you never know, right? And then you got Chelsea at home, and I don't think they're going to beat Chelsea. So I'm a little worried for Ten Hag. I mean, I think it's going to get to the point where I think it's inevitable that he's going to get booted. I just don't see this team being able to put it together. And it's like crazy because it's turned in from people memeing United to now it's just like everyone's memeing United. This is a quote from Van Basten. How on earth did Erik Ten Hag decide to spend 50 mil for Ugarte? It's bizarre. Then said, but you only watched 2 games of him so far, though. Van Basten, yes, and I only needed those 2 games to see that he's not even worth 25% of that amount. Now, we know at United, it's in the culture that they will overpay for players. We've seen this over the years, but at least some of the players they used to get, yeah, that people can tell themselves they have a curse over here. We've seen a lot of players go to this team, not play as well as they played at other teams. But we still see some players go here and do really good things, right? The players that he's been signing recently, I don't even know. Now, we see this is the worst start to a season for Manchester United through 7 Premier League games, and he just beat his record of the previous season. Okay, this is the players that look. Can we look at the price tags of these players? 57 mil. Now, I like Lisandro Martinez. I think I'm not going to critique this one too badly. I think he's very good. Watched them live in Copa America. Casemiro at this point in his career, I mean, it hasn't worked out, right? Do we even need to talk about Anthony? Do we need to sit here and discuss Anthony? Onana, in hindsight, it was not a great start for him, right? Took a while. He's looking amazing. He has been the reason United have the points they have right now. I think without him, they might have 5 or 6 points. He has kept them in some matches that could have been 5, 6 goals conceded. Højlund, I love the guy, 74 mil. Mount, 64 mil. And De Ligt, 45 mil. It's funny because out of all the players they picked up, De Ligt here, right? And I know the start for him hasn't been incredible, but in terms of overall talent as a player, current form, everything, him and Onana and Martinez, probably the best. And look at all the players they played. I would not say Casemiro, Anthony, Højlund. The most expensive players here are probably the worst players here out of the players we got here. And now, where does that put them? 14th in the Premier League in 2024 after 7 matches. It's a horrible start. And, this was such an interesting quote to see here, too. This only has 3 likes, too. But basically, Slot becomes the first Liverpool manager to win 8 of his 9 opening games. And that's being... Look, I'm not making this video to hate on United. It is just time. They got to move on, man. It's getting ugly, and I just don't think it's ever going to get sorted. I know we saw that magic in that Ajax season that one year. We saw the vision. We saw what could happen with this guy. But we look back at like this right now. Do you know how crazy this is, this smooth transition? How much better these players on Liverpool are? How much better they play collectively? Barely spent any money on players, but man are saying give Ten Hag more time after spending $616 million on signings. $616 million is crazy because Liverpool really have not spent that much, and they are just freaking cooking. 1 loss in the Champions League for Ancelotti and Flick. 0 losses in the Champions League. It's getting out of control here. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's time for him to go. I want to make this video short and simple. I don't want to go too much into this video. It's just unacceptable. This club deserves a lot better. You probably say, hey, what's the next option? Where do you go from here? The issue, I will say, with Ten Hag as well, it's not even just where they are. It's how they continue to look worse. There's no progression overall. They did win the trophy, all right? But overall, they're finishing with terrible goal differential. The players that are being brought in are overpriced and really just not crazy good. We look at some of the highlights. If we just go real quick and look at the highlights of this United team, the players they're bringing in, I don't know, man. We just overall, we look at the team they have right now, and the players that are shining the best, in my opinion, are really the players that are coming up from the youth. It's no one they're signing and paying all this crazy money for. And it's like, where would this team be without Bruno? Where would this team be without Onana, at this point in time? It is concerning to see what is going to continue to happen here. It's not looking upwards for this team at all. And we go over and we just, Slot's a good example. We even just look at Emery with Villa, man, and just look at the pure coaching, okay? Villa is a team this year that people were saying they're going to be doing a Newcastle. They're not going to be doing that good. And if you go back and watch my predictions video, I have Villa finishing, I believe, in the top 4 to top 5. And I was just off with United, right? I'm off because I had them around there too. I don't remember what I did. I think I had Villa 6th. But look at what Villa are going over, and this is where they just have better coaching. They are a more well-managed team. Bro, Villa is beating Bayern in the Champions League. Okay, and we go look at Champions League right now. They are 2-0 with 0 goals conceded. So I just think, man, you're looking at your club. If you're a Manchester United fan, it's just you gotta find someone better, man. It's just not working out. This guy is not gonna get you where you need to go. I'm like, I'm fully changed my mind. And all memes aside, they have to move on from this guy. It's not working out. And if you're a United fan, you just deserve better. You really do. You gotta make the change now. It's like I don't even know what's a good comparison to this situation currently, but it's getting out of hand and it's only going to continue to be a meme, right? The faster you make the decision, obviously it could be potentially more painful. You have interim managers, you don't have a plan, but it's starting to look like he's really lost the locker room and players are just checked out. You got to start soon, man. Look, let's be honest and objective here. This season is already chalked, all right? Are they going to win the Europa League? No, they're not going to win the Europa League. Look at where they're sitting in the table. Yes, they could make a run at some point. But is this really the future United with Ten Hag? I don't think so. It's time for him to go. United fans, let me know what you guys think. Appreciate you guys watching the video. See you guys soon. Peace.